Item number 1 is 2025-2026 Memorandum of Understanding between CMCA and CMCSS. First read, Brian Feldman.
Good evening, board members, Dr. Lunevetter. This is the 13th year we have successfully implemented a Memorandum of Understanding through the collaborative conferencing process. The collaborative conferencing team is made up of 7 CMCSS representatives and 7 CMCEA representatives. We appreciate the time and commitment of each team member and look forward to the continued partnership. The actual MOU document will be placed on the CMCSS website with hyperlinks referencing all policies and procedures that are part of the understanding. The following policies were revised as part of the 25-26 MOU. HUM A040 bereavement leave. This policy was revised to include 3 paid days of bereavement leave for the loss of an immediate family member. Previously, employees utilized sick leave for immediate family bereavement. These days are now separate leave days. HUM A029 sick leave. This policy was revised to include the deletion of high absence volume as a reason to require a physician's certificate supporting an employee's use of sick leave. STS M001 Student Code of Conduct. Category 2 offense pertaining to cell phones and electronic devices was updated, clarifying the method of parent contact to include email, text, or phone call. Category 2 offense pertaining to cheating, plagiarism, forgery, and the unapproved use of artificial intelligence was updated to notate specifically that for a first offense, a 0 will be assigned, including an admin referral, and for a second offense, a 0 will be assigned, a second admin referral, and a student may be dismissed from advanced placement and dual enrollment courses for this offense and ineligible to enroll for the remainder of the academic year. Teacher salary schedule. 2% COLA and steps. Starting salary for bachelor's was $50,000. Starting salary for a master's, $54,762. Extracurricular supplements, a 2% COLA. And this concludes the updates and changes for the 25-26 MOU. Thank you.
Anybody got any questions?
I don't have a question, but I do have a comment. Based on what happened out in Texas this weekend, I think that's something that we need to be considerate of, because I heard them say that some of the children didn't have access to their phones. And I asked myself, I wonder how did those parents feel, knowing that if they had access, they could at least reached out to them and got the last word. But that's something I think that we need to think about, board. We made a decision, the state made a decision, how they should be, kids should be treated in schools with phones. But my question is, in situations like that, how would we feel if something like that happened to our children and they weren't able to reach out to mom or dad? That's all, this comment, but go forth.
I do just want to clarify, though, that what you all voted on allows students to have their phones on them. They're just turned off. So certainly in any sort of situation, and it's actually written in the policy that if there's an emergency, students are authorized to use them. So I do want to make that clarification.
Okay, thank you.
Any other? Okay, thank you. All righty, item 2, federal budget update.
Board, I would just like to take a moment to provide a quick update that has potential impact on our current budget. As you may have seen or heard in the national news, approximately $7 billion in federal education funding that includes programs such as Title I, Title II, Title III, Title IV, and adult basic and literacy education have been temporarily frozen while the U.S. Department of Education completes a review process. For Tennessee, that's approximately $120 million, and for CMCSS, it impacts about $12 million of our budget. Last week, the Tennessee Department of Education did notify us that they have temporarily paused those budgets and the spending for these grants until they receive further guidance. While we haven't received definitive information about when or how these funds will be distributed, we are approaching this situation with both caution and optimism. I want to emphasize that CMCSS will prioritize people over programs should we need to make any cuts, and continue to safeguard all services that provide any direct support to students. We are very hopeful to receive clarification and positive news in the near future. In the meantime, our leadership team is in constant communication with the Tennessee Department of Education and closely following updates from the federal level. As always, I will keep you informed as new information becomes available and ensure that our teams remain focused on having an amazing 25-26 school year.
Mr. Nelson?
Dr. Vetter, what do you anticipate being, if it comes to programs being cut, the first programs to be cut?
So first I want to emphasize that anything that we currently have in place, we're going to attempt to continue. What we're doing right now is essentially, and we have been over the last week or so, is looking line item by line item and just pausing anything that could be paused. So for instance, if it's a professional development training for October, we're just saying, okay, we're going to pause that for right now. We may certainly be able to still do that in October. But the priority right now is making sure that all of our Title I, our academic coaches, anyone paid out of those federal funds continues to have a job. And we certainly have other things. For instance, during Engage already next week, we had a speaker coming who she specializes in literacy. And so we're paying a small fee for that. Of course, we're going to continue to obligate those sorts of things. But I'm not, we are not panicking by any means. I just want to highlight the fact, as we may need to make some budget amendments over the next month or two from others, should we need to. I just want people to know the reason why.
Okay, and my concern is, and always is that the SPED usually gets on the chopping block first, and I have a special place in my heart for those kids.
Yeah.
And I would hate to see any of their programs get cut.
There is nothing in special ed currently that is going to be cut.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Third item, July budget amendments. First read, Jeff Taylor.
Good evening, Board. It's pretty quick. Most of this is just with the federal amendments and our capital projects. The federal amendments, it's just reallocating those funds to align with what we have in E-Plan. As far as the capital projects on the next page, we're just reappropriating that amount which was approved by the county commission. $4.8 million of that was cut, and we have the $6 million in there for the fiscal year. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, item 4, middle school wrestling budget amendment, first read. Mr. Mabry.
Yeah, I'm going to push this until next month, pending what we find out on the federal level. Appreciate it.
Okay. Item 5, director's evaluation and contract renewal, first read, Mark Nolan.
Board, every year at this time, we review the director's contract and evaluation. During the course of the year, you all have voted and accepted the different reports that the director is required to give. So she has completed all of those reports to you, and we look at the contract every year for a possible extension. So that will be on the agenda in 2 weeks for consideration of a contract extension for an additional year. I think you all remember, but just to point out, by state law, we have to have a contract with the director, but it cannot be longer than 4 years. So we just review that annually, and that's why it's on the agenda.
Okay.
Any questions?
All right, thanks. All right, item 6, county commissioners' comments. Okay, Thank you. Board members, comments? Mr. Garland?
Yeah, I would like to let everyone know that on Saturday, July the 12th, I turned 76 years old. And I will be in North Carolina with my brother and my sister. And also, you know, the Lord just continuously blesses me. And I don't know why, but he does. I will be receiving the Benjamin L. Hooks Keeper of the Flame Award from the National Convention of the NAACP on the 16th in Charlotte, North Carolina. So all of those things are happening, but yet and still, this is Clarksville. This is the finest, and I really do believe that we have the best school board in the state of Tennessee. Why? Because we have some of the best teachers, we have the best county commissions, we have the best support, and we have the best director. God bless you and God keep you.
No one else? Other business? Dr. Linovitter?
Board members, while only preliminary state assessment data has been received, based upon every test taker in the district, we are extremely optimistic of the initial achievement results of our students that are indicating we have achievement gains in every area. The continued focus on high-quality instruction and intervention by our educators is yielding these positive gains, and we are anxious to share all of that data as soon as we can. We're also looking forward to the growth data that will provide an even better picture of the depth of learning occurring for our students. While teachers and students are enjoying time off this summer, the district-level team will continue to delve into the data to find the bright spots to replicate in areas that we can continue to grow. We will celebrate the successes with administrators and the teachers and also our students upon their return. We realize there's much work to be done as we continue to strive to be the best public school system in the state of Tennessee. Our thoughts and prayers also remain with the families in Texas. I cannot imagine what they are going through at this time, so please keep them in your thoughts. Mr. Lanier, this concludes my report for this evening.
Okay, with that, we're adjourned.